Want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo! Yo, welcome back to the show. Happy Monday, August 30th. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Streaming on the YouTube. What's going good? That's a new saying I just made up right now. Good morning, Rico. I got my friend Rico in studio. How you doing, my man?
I am awake. That's all that matters.
More than me. I'm still trying to get my bearings. I'm loading up on caffeine. I'm pissed at myself for staying up late, looking at Twitter, trying to figure out if Jake Paul was going to get knocked out. And he didn't. That's the bad news.
It's a shame. There is no justice in the world, my friend.
All right.
None.
The scam, the sham lives on for another day.
For another day.
As Jake Paul won
bag.
via split decision against Tyron Woodley. And it was kind of an S show. The entire thing was an S show. If you were looking at the live updates like I was, and hopefully you weren't kind of foolish enough to pay for the pay-per-view, even though the undercard I hear was pretty good, there was some good highlights there, but still, I don't think it justifies. If the pay-per-view was like $9.99, then yeah, absolutely, that's a good buy. Like the $50 or $75 they were charging for this, not at all. That's just highway robbery. So the undercard leading up to the fight, decent. There, so there are people on, social media. They're like, oh, they're bringing back boxing. Boxing's coming back. And who knows if that's going to be the case with the world of MMA. That seems like a pretty exciting combat sport that everyone's on board. And the traditional boxing that goes like 12 rounds can be a little bit boring to our ADD generation. I know there's purists out there that, love the sport for what it is, and good for them. Last night, it was not a purist event. The boxing main event was not something that a real boxing fan did enjoy. It was a mess. And it was sloppy, and it was everything that you should have known it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, Jake Paul somehow made it out of the fight alive, did not get knocked out by Tyron Woodley, who Tyron promised to knock him out, and he failed on that promise. And if you recall, he did make a bet. Now, he said he would get I Love Jake Paul tattooed on his leg if he lost the fight. Now, this is what he said like 3 months ago. And if you don't remember that, here's the audio, because the internet never forgets, of him initially accepting this bet. Check it out.
Let's make a new bet right now. If I beat you, you have to get I Love Jake Paul tattooed on you. But if you beat me, I get I Love Tyron Woodley tattooed on me, and you have to post it on your Instagram feed. Deal or no deal? Are you confident or not?
What y'all think?
Bro.
Y'all think I should do it?
Bro, this guy has no f***ing confidence.
Bet.
Deal or no deal?
Deal.
Can we shake on it?
All right, so and then they shook on it, right?
Yeah.
So this happened 3 months ago. Then last week, Tyron Woodley was claiming amnesia. Like, he never made this bet. It was not a bet at all. This is what he said.
Is the bet still on?
It was never a bet. It was just him saying that I worship him. He's a legend. I played him on the video game in career mode, and I want to get his name tattooed on me. That's all I heard. I didn't hear a bet.
Right. So that was a full-blown denial. So going into the fight, again, there was a question of whether or not the bet was still in existence. Then Tyron lost the fight. And immediately, of course, he's mad that he lost the fight. He felt like he won the fight. He did land some cleaner shots. He did get Jake Paul against the ropes, got him wobbly, rocked him a couple times. Definitely put on a more entertaining fight. But at the end of the day, when it was time to put Jake Paul away, Tyron Woodley did not. He just stopped being active and stopped hitting him. So a lot of people actually, Rigged was trending on Twitter this morning. If it goes to show how
Yeah.
people felt about the fight. It was like the number 4 thing trending worldwide, and we have like a historic hurricane hitting New Orleans as we speak.
Always.
Yeah, and
Always.
rigged is trending higher than the hurricane. So
Where are our priorities, man? You know, like,
yeah, exactly. Well, anyways, after the fight, there was some post-fight words between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, to where Tyron Woodley immediately wanted to run it back. Check this out.
Of course you want the payday. You had the fight. I don't want the payday. I want to fight. You had your opportunity. So you don't want to fight me again. I will. I do. Hey, you old news, fam. You had your chance.
That's Logan.
You had your chance. You had your chance. I was nothing but respectful to you right now. You're the one that got wobbled. Almost sent through the rope. If these fucking ropes wasn't 7'2", you would have went through the ropes. I landed the power punches. I missed. If you get the tattoo, I'm not scared. Run it back. If you get the tattoo, I love Jake Paul. Let's run it back. Yeah. Let's go.
Right. So there you go. Made a deal again. Made a bet again. Did he get the tattoo? No, he did not get the tattoo. I don't know when he's going to get that tattoo, if he's going to get that tattoo, but yeah, he can't just keep going back on a bet. You already bet it.
he made the mistake, I think, first of all, by the denial. I would have doubled down and maybe not doubled down, but would have said something like, "You didn't say henna, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't say it couldn't be henna."
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
like that to duck out legitimately.
Or
But,
Chinese writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got your name on rice.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the S show last night that kept me up. But the good news is I'm highly caffeinated. I'm going to continue to caffeinate. We're going to have a good show. So let's get things moving. We got the morning moron coming up after Godsmack. And no, it's not Jake Paul, even though it should be, right? So that's coming up. I got the Offspring. And of course, roll call 600 KFMA. Hit me up. What you doing this morning? What you want to hear? I just want to hear your friendly voices. Let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Let's go. All right, welcome back to the show. Let me get this off here. We're on the live stream. That was the show open, and I'm starting off the show apologizing for the audio that you couldn't hear about the post-fight interview where they made that tattoo bet. I'm upset that you couldn't hear that because I put that together, and I thought it was pretty funny and entertaining, and that's how we opened the show. This is Rico, everybody. Say hello to Rico.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
I've been a big fan of Rico's for a long time. We've known each other since way back in the day up in Phoenix, and he's living out in LA for quite some time, then Louisiana for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's back in Tucson with family.
Woo.
And since that's the case, I'm just like, well, shit, dude, get in here.
Come on down.
Yeah.
Yep.
In fact, actually, Rico, do you have a YouTube page for your videos, or is it just all on Instagram?
I think it's just all on Instagram. I mean, I tried to get on YouTube for a while, but then they started changing their, algorithms, and I just got old man frustrated.
Yeah.
Caught up. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait for the next one to come along. And Instagram's basically it. I might get around to doing that later on, but
let's see if I can't pull up Rico's videos here for you guys to show you some of the stuff. Let's scroll down.
you got to filter out all the sad boy breakup posts to get to when Rico is happy.
Yeah. So why is Rico in town? Well, Rico, you got a breakup, and he's having his heart heal in Tucson
Among the desert people.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm back.
So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that he has on his page. I am scrolling through all the love posts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the poetry and my bequeathed.
Yeah, I want to see if you can hear this. This one's probably funny here. Hold on. This is Rico in action here on Instagram. He's a good follow.
Yeah, I'll get back to being a good follow soon.
Yeah.
I promise.
He's working on being a good follow again.
This is an absurd one to choose.
Yeah, well, I'll just like, all right, you're squatting. That's not even you, right?
That's my buddy Jake from LA.
Yeah.
It's so random.
I don't know if they could hear the audio though. Here, I'll do another one. Let's see. And there's a selfie of Rico.
Oh, that's a political one.
Okay.
There's so many to choose. It's so random. It's like,
let's see.
I'll be happy depressed one day, and you're like, okay, that was a really funny one. Why is he posting about William S. Burroughs now? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy he broke up with his girlfriend and get past those sappy posts and and the love posts and get back to the comedy.
Return of the Mac. Yeah, basically.
So yeah, if you're on Instagram, make sure you follow Rico. What's your tag again?
Just at Unreal Rico.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Yeah, what is this one?
Oh, that's back when Westworld was a thing and it was about voting. It's so outdated. It would make sense to literally nobody right now. So it'd be just like, who is this?
Well, it's not a good sell. Here, let's see.
No, this is. You can do a recent one when, I don't know, like just show the picture of me and my grandma.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, your Nana. That's you're right.
Because I got my OnlyFans back and I'm so happy right now.
Yes. Oh no, that picture was hilarious. So this one.
Yeah. The hog.
Yes. So what's Rico doing? He's hanging out here, living with his Nana, and he's like, well, I got to make some money, so I'll start an OnlyFans page. And then I was buying time for it to load up, and bam.
This 56K Tucson stuff, man.
Is it because it's 56K?
I don't know.
Come on, Instagram.
It might be like OnlyFans now. Like, you have to follow me and pay me to see this content. I'm like, sorry.
The blur was funny on this. Hold on. It will come up.
The Wi-Fi.
It's your Friday. Congratulations on your Friday.
Woo!
Pizza Todd, what up today, girls? Today we did a lot of stuff today. I think we thought we set up a love connection. 2 listeners who won. I'll play this last word here in a little bit.
What was his nickname?
The Rectum Wrecker.
The Rectum Wrecker.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Modern romance.
What is the deal there? Why can't I pull this up?
Yeah, it's the man. They're keeping us down, dude.
Yeah, man.
They don't want us
because you got your dick out with your grandma.
Yeah, basically.
Let's see, is your grandma dancing?
No, this is just her in the kitchen, and she asked me to open a jar. It was not even planned, and I just felt so proud to be a man with jar strength.
Goddamn,
I'm worthy.
Well, I guess you'll take my word for it. If you follow,
just scroll down if you're bored on the toilet and be like, that guy's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Meh.
He's got some.
I'll get better. I'm on my Rocky montage phase now, where I'm just getting back in the game.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah, you feel Tucson does that to you. It mends all hearts.
Do some ayahuasca in the desert. Just
yep.
Yeah.
So yes, we got that going on. I'm gonna play you that last word, that love connection, here in a little bit, where you hear how this is the oddest thing ever. We did this last word. I did a category saying give a nickname for a man's penis without cursing. So was it Robbie? Yeah. Robbie was going against Felicia. And Robbie went through his nicknames and threw out a bunch of very self-deprecating nicknames.
Clever.
And at the end of the day, he won. But they were willing to and date or go on a date together.
Right.
After he basically said he had a child's penis, and then ended it with Rectum Wrecker.
Right.
Yeah.
To throw him off, confuse him a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah, he basically self-deprecated, talked about how small his wang was, and then also said he likes to wreck rectums. And she was like, "I'll go to the concert with him. He sounds like a nice guy."
Nice.
I'm like, what? That is awesome.
This is why guys are so confused these days. We don't know what they want. It's like,
yeah.
Do you want the Rectum Wrecker? Or do you want the honest small pee-pee man? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, so it is interesting for sure. Yeah, I was thrown off as well. All right, so we're gonna have that. I'll play for you here in a little bit, but we're gonna get on talking about Carole Baskin, how she won. That bitch. Whenever I say Carole Baskin, I need you to go Joe Exotic and say that bitch. Okay. And I'm going to say Carole Baskin a lot.
That bitch. Okay.
Yeah, see, you're on it already.
It's the method acting.
Yeah. All right, we got 14 seconds for live on the air. Don't forget to hit the like, the haha, the hearts, even angry faces. I don't care. All right, here we go. Rock with a 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Let me tell you a tale about a woman named Carole Baskin.
That bitch.
You don't mess with Carole Baskin.
That bitch.
Of course, she is the villain in the Tiger King series that was released on Netflix during the pandemic. It was a huge hit. I I did it before it was cool, is what I'm saying.
I respect that.
Yeah, thank you. I binged the whole series and I watched it several times over. It was very entertaining. And we learned a lot about Carol Baskin.
Damn bitch.
We learned that she may or may not have gotten away with murder. Yeah. And based off what just happened this week, it makes me lean towards the fact that she may have gotten away with murder because there's winners and there's losers in life. Carol Baskin, whether you like her or not, seems to be a winner somehow, some way. So you may have heard that a few months back, she was able to buy or just get control of Joe Exotic's zoo, his former zoo, because he's in prison right now. So she won the legal rights in a lawsuit because Joe Exotic was threatening to kill her on the interwebs and allegedly hired a hitman. But we all saw that.
Yeah.
He basically got ripped off and set up.
Yep.
Is my thing.
Poor guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, Joe Exotic is a trash human being. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to this particular charge that he's in prison for, I believe he was set up and it's unfair and he was not guilty. He should be in prison for something else. Yeah. But anyways, she has a great lawyer, that she being Carol Baskin.
That bitch.
And so she got awarded Joe Exotic Zoo. And just this week, she sold Joe Exotic Zoo. So Joe Exotic Zoo is no more.
Wow.
Yes.
Pour one out for the homies.
And she officially dismantled it. So not only did she get rid of the zoo like that or sell it, she made sure that it's no longer a zoo. She sold it to a couple for $140,000. And it comes with a few stipulations. Okay. And these are huge stipulations. Now, $140,000 for that plot of land, even though it's like in Oklahoma and it's crappy land,
right?
That's still a lot of land.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was a great deal for anyone buying $140,000 worth of land. And I don't even know how many acres it was, but it's a ton. It was a zoo. There was a zoo on there.
Right.
Yeah. So first off, the property cannot be used as a zoo or to house exotic animals for 100 years. Straight up for a century.
How did they come up with that? Okay, sure.
That sounds like the Mexico rule. I think in Mexico, right, there's 100-year rule in buying land.
It's Carol. Yeah, she's doing the Mexico rule. That makes okay. Nothing's weird anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Secondly, the owners cannot name any business on the property after Tiger King, its former name, the GW Zoo, Joe's name, or even the words tiger or big cat.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
She's going full on corporate LLC attack.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Carol Baskin.
Ruthless.
Yeah. Yeah. Carol Baskin. You forgot to say
I'm off. I need more coffee. Right. That bitch
is a ruthless CEO. Her husband, you remember his weird ass Howard, said, and I quote, "If it became an RV park or a storage unit, we don't want it to be named the Tiger King RV Park or storage unit.
Okay.
We would like the 20 years of mistreatment of animals there to be forgotten and to be history." So
never mind the murder my wife may or may not. Never mind that.
Yes.
It's okay.
So just to sum it up, okay, whether or not you like Carol Baskin,
that bitch,
she's a winner. Yeah. And when it comes to the saga of Tiger King, there was winners and there was losers. The winner was Carol Baskin and her husband. The losers were everyone who opposed Carol Baskin because she got them all. So
is karma even a thing anymore, or is this going to be like in 20 years she's going to be shot into space? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we would need some karma. The karma is the only retribution we have left when it comes to Carol Baskin. No Besides that, she's got a bunch of money, she's got fame, notoriety, and she's running things.
You know what she should do?
What's that?
With that land, a theme park, like Dolly Parton's theme park, but have it be the Carol Baskin land.
Yeah, they can't even use her name. Well, maybe they can. Maybe that's the stipulation. Be like, okay, can I name it Carol Baskin's RV Park?
Right. It's like, there you go. Why? Yeah.
There you go.
Why not?
But yeah, she's a winner. There you have it. So that was your Tiger King update. We got more Beef Vegan Presents coming up after the break. Stick around. And clear that bitch.
That bitch.
Can you believe that?
That's unreal.
I know. So that happened. That was Carol Baskin. Now, I did talk about this love connection with the last word. I do want to share that with you. It's a trip. that I had it, and I think now I'm contemplating whether or not I recorded the whole thing properly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I guess we're going to find out together. Here was this morning's last word in case you missed it. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA Beef Vegan presents. It's time to give away those tickets for Black Label Society. I have two contestants going heads up against each other, Robbie and Felicia, and we're going to play a game called The Last Word. All right. The way the game that works here is very simple. I'm going to give a category, and then I'm going to need the contestants to give an answer to that. So we would start off with like contestant number one, Robbie. I would name something. I would ask him to name something. He would give me an answer, and then Felicia would give an answer in return, and then Robbie would answer again, and they would go back and forth, and whoever gives the final answer when the clock runs out gets the round. Best of 3 rounds wins. Does this make sense, Robbie and Felicia?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so we're going to start things off. Robbie, since you were the first contestant, I'm going to let you start, and the clock will begin as soon as I ask this question. Are you ready?
Ready. Yes.
Okay. Robbie, name something you would buy someone on a first date.
Dinner.
Lunch, okay.
Flowers.
Ice cream, good.
Coffee.
Dessert.
Nice.
A movie.
You'd buy him a whole movie? Wow.
Yeah.
A ticket.
Okay.
A taxi ride home.
Oh my gosh, that's mean. You're
Oh.
not gonna drive him home? A lift?
No, that's funny. And that was enough to throw you off, Felicia. So Robbie got the first round. Look, I like this strategy that you guys got going back and forth, though. You know, you're throwing in a burn and you're kind of trying to throw off your opponent, and then boom. All right, here we go. Felicia, you're going to start off round 2. Okay. And the clock will begin when I finish asking this question. Without cursing, what's a nickname you would give a guy's penis?
Bob.
Okay. Robbie.
Lil
Johnson. Yep. Ralph.
Little guy.
Okay.
Cute little adorable thing.
Okay.
King of Masters.
Okay.
Holy guacamole.
All right. That's a nickname, I guess. Oh,
Rectum Record.
well, Rectum Wrecker, unfortunately, was not within the 30 seconds, but that was a very good nickname. All these little guy comments and stuff made me feel like you guys were dating me. All right, here we go. Final round. Robbie, you're going to start things off. All right, in 30 seconds here. Name a professional wrestler from the 90s. Go.
Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Oh gosh. The Punisher?
Nope, Punisher's not one.
I was gonna say Hulk Hogan. Robbie, Rockin' Robbie Rolling. Oh, what's his name?
From the 90s.
Andre the Giant.
Not really. Keep going.
Oh, Andre the Giant isn't one. Oh wow.
Oh, Felicia, I'm so sorry. Hold on, stay on for me,
man.
okay? Hold on.
All right.
Okay.
Rock 102.1 KFMA's Beef Vegan presents. I got two contestants on the phone. I'd like you to meet them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last word. So here I ended that video clip. I kind of messed it up because I pre-recorded it, and there's a lot of things. Robbie's phone was throwing me off. It was glitchy. So
Yeah, I was a little
blaming
worried about
Robbie.
him.
Yeah. But, you know, I have the audio of it. I'll replay it in the best of because that was pretty funny and turning it into some kind of weird, like, setup date.
Yeah.
And I made Robbie promise me several things because he's representing the show at this point.
Absolutely.
So he couldn't be a creeper. Couldn't be a weirdo.
Right.
Couldn't do anything that would embarrass me. I'm like, I don't care what you do with your life. I don't care about your parents and what they think of you. Me, you know, I got high standards. You got to go in there, have some game, show some respect. Yeah. And then if things work out, then it's all great. But then I saw that Felicia posted that she won tickets or played the last word, and she tagged Rock 102.1 KFMA, which I really appreciate because, spreading the word on the show and everything else. And that's great to see. I love that. Problem is I did a little Facebook stalking and Felicia is in a relationship. According to Facebook. Yeah.
Felicia.
Yeah. The plot thickens.
Felicia.
So, I'm like, is somebody going to get hurt here? And who? Will it be Robbie? Will it be Felicia's boyfriend, Nico, which is not Rico?
Yeah. Don't confuse me with this. I don't want the police to call me.
Yeah. So these are the questions that immediately popped up. It's been an interesting morning nonetheless.
So many questions.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. And is like Nico going to pick up Robbie and then drop them off at the Rialto Theater for their date?
Go have fun with this radio date, babe.
Yeah. Is it going to be a DD?
They call him the wrecker, but
yeah, have fun with the rectum wrecker.
The rectum wrecker, baby. Have some cotton candy and just call me when you're done.
The little rectum wrecker. Yeah.
Little.
So yeah, it's been pretty good.
You just have trust issues. You're right, babe.
Yep. So let me tell you this story here that we didn't get to online. This is about a woman who fended off a kidnapper, and she did it in the best way possible. Now, of course, when it comes to women's self-defense, they teach you things like hold your keys in your hand, like a little dagger, so you punch them and stab their eye out.
Right.
Or have mace, or kick them in balls.
Yeah.
These are all acceptable ways to defend off an attacker if, somebody is bigger and stronger than you. This woman, she didn't have any of those means, so she had to get creative.
Okay.
So what she did was she was walking her dog, and as you would, you pick up after your dog. So dog poops, you get your little poop bags out, and you scoop it up and you grab it in the bag and you continue to walk, and that's a responsible dog owner.
Yep.
Well, a guy came out and started to attack her while she was walking her dog, and he wanted to kidnap her. But she thought quickly. And what she did was she took the bag of poop and she smeared it in his face. This was enough. Yeah. This was enough for the guy to be like, oh, what is that? Is that poop? Is that poop?
It's in my mouth.
No.
Yeah.
And the whole time while he's freaking out about getting dog shit smeared in his face, that gave her enough opportunity to run away from there, call 911, and escape being kidnapped. So she suffered only minor injuries in the attack and drove herself to the hospital for treatment, called 911.
Yeah.
And I do believe they arrested this guy. Yeah. His name was Michael James Ward. He's 47 years old, and he was arrested and charged with aggravated robbery and aggravated kidnapping, and also smelling like shit. So I didn't know that was a charge. But they got him.
Well, he ain't shit, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Good for her. Improvisation.
Yeah.
Clever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be a survivor.
She's like, oh, poop, kidnap. Yeah. Genius.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. I know. That's what I felt. I was actually very excited for her. I was like, yeah, you did a great job.
It's going to have a whole school of teaching how to self-defend now with dog feces.
I know.
Brilliant.
Yeah, exactly. She has her own classes.
It's a method. Bag, push. Yeah.
LA Fitness on Saturdays. Let's come in here. Did you bring your own poop? You got to bring your own poop.
Yeah. Dog baggy bad bitches.
Something. This next story is going to make you feel better, Rico.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So we're on 45 seconds. I'm going to do my Love Hurts segment. Yeah. I got somebody calling right now, though, real quick. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
This is Charles.
What's up, Charles?
Hey, I just want to say, man, to be your biggest fan, I've got to remember stuff and compete.
Yeah.
You changed, man.
I changed, man. I changed. Got to remember stuff and compete. Didn't you notice all the games we've been playing? Why would I give anything out for free? We earn everything around here.
Cool, man. Just dropping in to say hey.
Okay, thanks, Charles. All right, we're getting back on, but I appreciate the call.
Later.
All right, that was my number 32nd fan. Shout out to Manny, who is still number one.
Hi, Manny.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Love hurts. We know this, and I have a story that will not only make my buddy Rico feel better about his craziness over his breakup, but also a lot of you guys out here. This is also a what not to do. Okay, let me tell you about this story of a Georgia man. He was married to his wife. You know, they were married for about 12 years, but things weren't working out. She wanted a divorce. Now, 35 or 36-year-old Rodney, he did not want to get divorced. He still loved his wife very much so. So he kept trying to come up with extravagant ways that he could win her back. You know, and he thought of a lot of different plans and strategies. Then it was the last one that he came up with that got him in serious trouble. And he just was recently sentenced to 25 years in prison because of this. Because Rodney devised the plan to kidnap his ex-wife in a bid to win her back.
What?
Yes. Now, I know.
Unfortunately, she had a bag of dog poop.
Yeah. You know, I know it sounds crazy. That to kidnap your ex-wife, be like, well, kidnapping her is not, I mean, that's marriage in the first place, but you know, that's not going to win her back. But it is if you're going to be the hero, right? It's not the kidnapper she's going to fall in love with. She's going to fall in love with whoever saves her from the kidnapper.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is Rodney doesn't have that much money, so he can't hire somebody to go in and fake kidnap and then come in like Captain Save-A-Ho, like, boom, I'll save you. So he had to do it himself. So what Rodney did was he dressed up. He learned how to disguise his voice, broke in to his ex-wife's house, tied her up with zip ties, put a bag over her head, attacked her, knocked her out, or attempted to knock her out with the butt of a gun.
Good God.
You know, because he had to make it realistic.
I guess.
Yeah. And then after he did that, after he got her all tied up, he had her laying down on the ground. And he's like, if you move, I'll kill you. All right. So stay right here. And then he left the house. He changed his clothes. He came back to the house, called 911 and was like, oh my God, someone attempted to kidnap my ex-wife and left her right here in the house. So I don't know. Well, kidnapping. Well, I mean, maybe rob, maybe. Right. So whoa.
Yeah.
Now, immediately, the cops actually thought he was a concerned family member. So they were taking his word for it.
Oh, God.
Even his ex-wife didn't necessarily know what was going on.
Yeah.
But soon after investigating, they quickly realized that this guy was full of it. And after they searched his house, they realized that he was, in fact, the guy because they found the same zip ties. Oh. They found his Google searches, which is how to fake a kidnapping, how to disguise your voice.
Oh, my God.
All these different things in his Google history, plus a bunch of the evidence.
Okay. Yeah. Him and her did not binge watch CSI.
Not once.
No.
And maybe if they did, they would still be together.
Right.
I know.
Lesson.
Yeah. So this story, Love Hurts. Is just an example to everyone out there because I get it. I understand getting your heart broken. It sucks. And I've had those fantasies of like, how can I be the hero?
Right.
But I never fantasized, how can I be the villain and the hero?
Right.
So,
my version's more innocent. It's more like, can I pay off her student loans for her?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Or if she's at a bar and a guy like sexually harasses her and she unwanted attention, you go in there, you punch that guy in the face.
Right.
Then you're a hero. But you don't knock her out first and then wake her up.
You don't go straight to kidnapping, bro. What is wrong with these people?
Yep. So, however you handled your breakup, Rico, and everyone else listening, I guarantee is better than this guy.
Yeah, it's Fleetwood Mac and 2,000 miles of driving.
Yeah.
Chain smoking. That's about it.
Yeah. We got more Beef Vegan Presents coming up after the break. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. So, yep, that was Love Hurts. That story. Nutty. And actually, let me unpack a little bit more of that because I have the link here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I wanted to give the ADD version for on air.
Yeah.
For management. So they're not
the ADD version.
Dicks about it. Let's see. Some of the things that they found. They said the evidence in this case was substantial, which is not good going into trial. And you're like, ooh, you're using the word substantial, huh? Does that mean a lot? Investigators saw Metzger on surveillance video carrying a package of zip ties.
Mistakes.
Yeah, while leaving a Lowe's store. So he bought the zip ties at a local Lowe's store, a big box. His cell phone and laptop search history revealed to investigators that he searched topics as such as how long before you starve to death, all right? how to change the sound of your voice, and how long does it take to choke someone unconscious.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Google searches do people in a lot.
Clear browser, incognito mode. Come on, people.
Right.
Do something right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they said that he was a master manipulator, and I think that's an understatement. Oh, this is what I left out, which I should have added to the story. In the days leading up to the attack, he faked a cancer diagnosis in an attempt to gain sympathy from his ex-wife. Wow. When that didn't work, that's when he created the plan to kidnap her and rescue her. So she's like, you know what? You got cancer? Good. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's like, well, you know what you will care about.
You'll care if I save your life. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when he couldn't go through that plan, he instead devised a plan to rescue her. So, yeah, he was sentenced 25 years in prison. Yeah. Brutal. And it's good news for her, though. She doesn't have to deal with him anymore.
Yeah. You're like, sometimes you're like, maybe she was just being, irresponsible or mean. And like, no, this guy was clearly off his meds and rocker. Like this guy, no.
Right.
Yikes.
Yeah, Christina said duct tape, rope, zip ties. No, officer. I wasn't trying to kill anyone. I was trying to pull a Christian Grey. Yeah, exactly. Could have got king.
She wanted a little mystery, man.
Mm-hmm.
Little kink.
Yeah. Rico and I came up with a new term today. Mm-hmm. Actually, I give credit to Rico for this. It's called beach peaching.
Beach peaching.
Beach peaching.
You gotta say it with the accent. You have to.
Gotta say it with the Georgia accent. Mm-hmm. And we'll let you know why. Beach peaching is now our favorite phrase. This is today's Morning Moron. Check it out. Before you heard AC/DC, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Welcome back to the show. It's time for the Morning Moron. This story comes straight out of Georgia. And I don't know if she's a moron. I want to call the people who called police on her the moron, but it was a woman who got arrested for self-pleasuring on the beach. And this happened on the shores of Georgia before the hurricane came in that area. She laid out a towel. She sat down on it. She took out a vibrating love toy out of her backpack and went to town. Now, it sounds like there weren't a lot of people around, but it happened in broad daylight because it was a beautiful day. Right? And so at least one person did see her and called the cops. And the thing about this Morning Moron is that she's not bad. When it comes to indecent exposure people, she's like a good 8. For normal girls, maybe she's like a 6. But for girls that will do this in public, she's an 8. Because you normally don't see the hot ones doing this.
She's a Georgia 5. Come on.
Okay, maybe a Georgia 5. Still, they said that she was only there for a few minutes, but they could hear what's going on because she was pretty loud about it. And this is where the moron part plays out. Because if you're going to do that, first off, you shouldn't do that. If you're a dude, don't do it in public at all.
Yeah, double standards much, no?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a double standard there, for sure. But, because when a dude does it, it's gross and offensive. When a girl does it, it's beautiful and artistic.
Divine femininity.
Yeah. No, it's performance art. That's the way I look at it.
Got some Enya in the background.
Yeah. So the police were able to track her down at a nearby bar than this girl. Like, if I was single, I'm like, that's, yeah. Okay, that's all I got to say. But anyway, so it sounds like she's taking a break. That's because I have, I always have a fetish for trash women. And this is as trashy as it gets. So I'm like, oh, yeah, she's definitely future ex-wife material. So it sounds like she took a break from drinking to go do her thing. So she was at the bar. She went to the beach. She busted out her backpack, did the deed, and then went back to the bar and was like, let me get another round. She admitted to it, but said it wasn't a big deal because she said it took her only 20 seconds, quote unquote. It only took 20 seconds. What's the big deal? Yes.
It's like dropping your food, the 5-second rule. Like, is there a whole thing I haven't heard about yet with this?
Yeah, this only makes me like her more.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, are you kidding me? So you're kind of hot, you're a little crazy, you're a lot of crazy, and it doesn't take long to get you done. Yeah. They charge her with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct, and this is why she's our Morning Moron. But getting caught on the beach, self-pleasure, and there's got to be a name for that.
It's in Georgia.
It's in Georgia.
Beach. She was on a beach, so I think it's called beach peaching.
Oh, beach peaching.
Got to be called beach peaching.
Yeah, so I was just beach peaching, officer.
Beach peaching.
Yeah, I went and grabbed a couple shots and then went to did a little beach peaching. Came back, had another shot.
Just playing some Kid Rock in my stereo. Don't worry about it.
So there you have it, your morning moron. We'll be right back after this. Beef Vegan presents a Rock 102.1 KFMA. And there it is. The origin of beach peaching.
Yep.
Which I love.
Hi, officers. How are you?
Man, that girl was a lot hotter than I was expecting. I was expecting some roadkill.
Face tats.
Yeah, big time. Oh, you don't have a face tat fetish yet? You moved to Tucson. Have you noticed?
I'm about to develop one. I got a good feeling.
That was one of the first things when I signed up on dating websites down here. I was like, oh, shit, man. A lot of these girls have face tattoos. A lot of them.
Woo!
Yeah, and these are the ones that work at banks.
Right. Times are a change.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I almost went out and got a face tattoo because, I didn't want to be left out.
Right.
Yeah. Tried to be like, hey. But, yeah, you'll develop it. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that and a couple other fetishes that you grow from being in Tucson, living the Tucson life. Speaking of Tucson life, there was a story that I shared earlier as well about a weird motorcycle gang that's running these streets. I saw something on Friday that I thought was a one-off, and then on Sunday on my way back from Phoenix, I saw something else that was completely different but the same, and it has me concerned. So as a concerned citizen of Tucson, I'm sounding the alarm. Be on the lookout for the Sesame Street bike gang.
Stay vigilant.
Yeah. If you need to know more about that, it goes a little something like this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Something weird's happening to these Tucson streets. I'm noticing it. I just noticed it over this weekend, actually. On Friday, I was driving back from the store with my daughter, and I saw this guy riding a bike, a street bike, and it was red, and his helmet had that of an Elmo cover on it. Elmo from Sesame Street.
We love Elmo.
Yeah, which we thought, my daughter and I got a kick out of that. We thought it was pretty funny. I mean, the way it works is it has the Muppet eyes on top of the helmet. It's a fuzzy helmet cover on a motorcycle helmet. So at least the dude's wearing a helmet, right? And then the eyes are basically the mouth. It's like he's a walking mascot or a riding mascot for that matter. And so we saw it. The red helmet matched the red bike, and we were giggling. And it's like, oh, look at Elmo riding around. And so I didn't think anything of it, right? Just a guy that wanted to be a little weird and probably picked up chicks dressed as Elmo. But then when I came into town yesterday and I got off on I-10 and Grant, I pull up next to a blue street bike with a Cookie Monster helmet, right? So same idea, same premise.
Right.
It's a cover that goes over the helmet, but now it's that of Cookie Monster. Now I'm concerned. Yeah, now I'm convinced there's a Sesame Street bike gang running these streets. And I know that I'm going to see eventually here, probably even today if I drive around town, someone riding a yellow bike.
Yep.
And who's going to be on the yellow bike? Rico?
Big Bird?
Yes.
Yeah. That's creepy. I don't like this.
Yes. If I see someone riding on a green bike.
Grouch?
Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch.
Right. And if I see someone riding on a brown bike, that's going to be Snuffleupagus, and I know that person's holding heroin. Now, this is the problem, right? Like, I'm not putting my guard down just because they look cute and cuddly. I mean, our generation's Hell's Angels aren't as scary looking, but they could just be as scary.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not the old school wearing patches now. You're representing your favorite Sesame Street character.
It's less work.
Yeah.
Double the creepy factor.
I still got nervous, though. When I pulled up at the red light and that Cookie Monster guy pulled up right next to me on the red light, I rolled up my window and I locked my doors. And I was super paranoid because I just came from the bakery and I had a dozen chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah. Like, oh, hell no.
They smelled fantastic. And I was like, if this dude gets a whiff of those cookies, man, we're all dead.
Turns the helmet. Cookie.
Yeah. So I want to know, 600 KFMA, have you seen this Sesame Street gang around town? It's a small town. But so far, I've clocked 2 within 4 days.
Yeah.
I got Elmo and I got the Cookie Monster.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. I mean, they can't be random. These guys have to know each other, right? You would think they would have to know each other.
Yeah, I would assume so. And I think we're uncovering a giant, dangerous plot right now. So
Yeah.
I'm a little scared.
I
don't want to be stabbed by Big Bird personally, but
right. Imagine having that on your tombstone. Right, shanked by Big Bird.
Shanked by Big
Yeah,
Bird.
you got stabbed 1, 2, 3 shankings. Brutal,
terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather see a 300-pound man with a beard down to his, his boys.
Yeah. Whiskey on the breath.
Yeah, I think that's less scary than seeing somebody dressed as a Sesame Street character or even a Teletubby for that matter. Rocco 2.1, who's this?
What do you think? The Big G.
It's the Big G's?
The Big G, Gittins.
Okay, don't ever call me and say, who do you think? Like, what the F are you talking about? I have a lot of people call me.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What an arrogant statement that is. All right.
I'm a dick. I'm sorry.
Who do you think? It's your only listener.
Hey, who do you think?
You're welcome. All right, make it quick. What's your observation, Gittins?
I've seen the Cookie Monster, though.
Oh.
You have seen the Cookie Monster?
Yeah. And then I was also going to say to Rico, you should be Rico Suave.
Okay, that was a terrible suggestion.
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I'm not in Sesame Street.
Wait.
No,
Gittins. I'm going to wrap up this segment like this. Who do you think would say such a stupid joke? The Big G.
Here you go.
Nah.
It's cool.
Click. That's what I did to Gittins. We're live.
Fuming.
Rocco 2.1 Caffeine. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Been hanging out with Rico all morning. We're almost done with today's show. We are finishing up our live video stream on Rocco 2.1 Caffeine's Facebook page and on YouTube at Beef Vegan Presents. So if you're a fan of podcasts, we do a video podcast each and every day for your visual pleasure. Rico's been working out. So that's a visual pleasure, bringing that in. Eye candy for the ladies. You're welcome. I gained 10 pounds over the weekend, but I'll be back to, model shape here soon. Just give me a little bit. Just not visiting with family. As long as I don't visit with family.
It's all a family thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Every time.
At the same time, I got my dad coming down this week. And then my girlfriend's parents coming down. So I'm going to gain another 10 pounds. And then after that, I'm going to wrap things up. Let me share this story here. I have a daughter. So I know what it's like to be a parent. Sometimes your kids do things that you may not agree with as they grow and they develop their own lifestyle and everything. This happened to a Michigan couple who was just ordered to pay back $30,000 to their son. Now that's a lot of money. So I don't know why they would throw out $30,000 worth of items. But they did. Their son is 43 years old. He won a lawsuit against his parents after he said they had no right to throw out his collection of films, magazines, and other items.
Okay.
Now you're thinking, what is this, like Quentin Tarantino collection?
Right, something.
Yeah, some kind of classics. And no, it was 100% porn. They trashed his porn and his sex toys. And they did it because he was a 43-year-old.
Yeah.
Living at his house, living at their house.
At what point did it come to bust into his room and said, enough is enough?
Yeah.
It's going.
It was when he would not leave his room for 43 years. As soon as he discovered the porn, he's like, okay, cool. I'm just going to stay right here. And they said, frankly, David, I did you a big favor for getting rid of all this stuff. His dad said in an email. And he went on to say, ditto for your sex toys and your smutty magazines. In the original police report, though, David alleged that the collection was worth anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 and that he had a quote unquote emotional attachment to the items. Yeah. So, So now he got that $30,000 settlement from his parents, and they asked David, what are you going to do now that you have this $30,000? He's like, I'm buying a sex robot, obviously.
Come on, Elon Musk. Get on it.
I need a Sexla ASAP.
I know. Okay, am I wrong here? You grew up here in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
I have a bunch of friends from the Midwest with their collection. I'm sure it's not as substantial as this gentleman's, but they did the right thing. They did a forest porn. They hid it in the forest.
Yes.
You had to go find your stash. There was something romantic about that.
Yes, and there was, growing up for me, the desert porn.
Desert porn?
Yes,
Yeah.
there was always kind of
big
those desert trees that you would make a little clubhouse in, and then under a pile of dirt you would find the dirty magazines.
There you go. Okay.
My dad had a massive collection of Penthouse magazines, like stacked from floor to ceiling.
Oh
He
my
had
God.
so many, so
Yeah.
I always grew up with tons of porn around. Yeah, and that was probably 30,000. I mean, we grew up poor.
Right.
Yeah, because he spent all his money on Penthouse magazines, believing every forum letter. And I'm like, even as a 12-year-old, I'm like, these letters are fake, right?
Oh my
This stuff
God.
doesn't really happen when you deliver pizza, Dad.
Right. I had emotional attachment, son.
Yep.
It's an emotional attachment.
So there you have it. $30,000.
Wow.
Doesn't make him any less lonely. That's a guarantee. We're wrapping things up with your beef tip right after the break. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. Yeah, we got all different types of themes running this morning.
Yeah, I love it. I always laughed at that thing though with the forest porn. I love that. Like,
Yes.
I remember as a kid, I don't know if it was my friend's house or what it was, but that moment where you like find it's all just like
Keep talking in the mic. We're still on the stream.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that moment where everything's like rained on and it's like just tattered. You're just like, oh man, I went through so much work to look at these beautiful breastises.
Yeah, even Warped
Like,
magazines
Warped.
were good magazines. I mean, so many Warped magazines.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, kids these days will never know.
Mhm.
Never know. They're internets.
No, I know. Oh, that's funny too, because there was a story that is our last story in the beef tip, and I don't know if I'll end it on that. If I have time, I should have time. But what's so funny about that is, let's see if I have the video of this. This was on Twitter. Let's see if I linked it. I should have. So this is the World. The Little League World Series was this last weekend.
Yeah, my grandma's obsessed with it right now.
Oh yeah. Nice.
She's actually emotionally attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I want to send here. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show this video here real quick for the streamers, but I'll do that after our round of F My Life. If you missed F My Life this morning, it went a little something like this.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid. It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Welcome back to F My Life. I'm Beef Vegan Presents, Rock 102.1 KFMA. Continue to get those emails in, beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line, FML. Lance is going to weigh in on these with me today. First emails from Tony, from Grant and Campbell. Oh, that's my area. All right. Today, I came home to find my roommate cowering in the lounge corner, sobbing, hugging a bag of chips, while the automatic vacuum cleaner gently bumped into him. Apparently, he, quote unquote, mistakenly put magic mushrooms in his sandwich instead of peanut butter.
I mean, how do you get those backwards?
You don't. That's the best part of this. So,
is that an FML for the housekeeper, or is that an FML for him because he didn't get his house clean?
well, no, it's an F My Life for Tony because it's his roommate that's tripping on shrooms. That's what he came home to.
Oh, it's his housemate. I thought it was his house cleaner.
No. Yeah, you see how shaggy Rico got immediately turned into Lance.
Just like whoop.
So apparently I didn't upload F My Life from this morning, but that's okay. I do want to show you this though. Okay, so this is really cool. So Little League World Series happened over the weekend. Okay, and they're going to crowd shots. Now these are two kids from one of the teams that were competing in the Little League World Series. And so you see one kid on the phone sitting next to his buddy. They're watching the other teams play while they wait for their next round. And, the commentators are talking and just like, yeah, these are, little Billy and little Bobby. They, just played
Just
the
kids
other
being
day.
kids.
Yeah, kids being kids. And then you see little Bobby do this to little Billy. He's like, hey, check this out. Boobs. And look at this kid's face.
Oh my.
I was looking, so they didn't realize.
Yes.
The cameraman didn't realize he'd be
Oh,
able to see the screen.
brilliant.
And this goes to show how great technology is, right? Like, look how clear that shot is from the camera
His
from way
face.
away. Yeah. And so essentially, he's just checking out a hot chick with, and it's an innocent shot. And luckily for
Right.
them,
Yeah.
there wasn't like cleavage or any of that. I'm sorry, it wasn't any nudity.
Full bare nudity.
Yeah.
Their faces are perfect in this.
Yes. Yeah. And then you see the kid reacting. You're just like, oh, what I would do with that. What I would do with that, man. Look at these boobs.
That's funny.
Oh, man. Yes, I
Dude,
love
that's straight
it.
out of like an 80s movie right there. It's
Uh-huh.
like, wow.
Yeah, these kids are still the same.
Dazed and confused.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Isn't that fantastic,
Bro,
though?
check it out.
Busted on the big screen.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was loving it.
Good for him.
And yeah, and seeing those kids' face. And I'm like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me and my friends.
With my cactus stash.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, did you grow since you're half Hispanic, so did you grow a mustache at 12?
I did.
Yeah.
I was, me and every other Mexican girl in class had a mustache.
Oh, yeah.
It was weird. Like, I was saying, I was born in Wisconsin. So, growing up there, like, I was probably the darkest skinned kid in a 100-mile radius.
Right.
Named Rico. And the one thing I was so happy about, and I look back and my mom had the VHS recording, camcorder.
Uh-huh.
And I look back at those tapes every time, there's reminiscing, and it's just like, look at this. And I'm a baby crawling around, and my mom and her like 8 friends are going, Rico, oh, look at him go. Look at Rico. And I'm like, thank God the universe took me out of Wisconsin. I would have that accent. I'm like, it is insane. No offense to Wisconsinites. Go Packers. But yeah, that accent, I was laughing. I'm like, yeah, thank God we moved to Arizona.
Yeah, not natural.
Woo.
It's not natural.
It's not natural.
Yeah. And then you come to Arizona and they're like, you're way too white to be
Right.
Rico.
Right. There's no winning.
Yeah.
None.
That's great though. That's my daughter goes to high school down the street from where we live and stuff. And the demographics is like 60% Hispanic.
Uh-huh.
But when I go to the school, like I don't see 60% Hispanic, like it's basically because we're such a melting pot.
Right.
And if you're Arizona, everyone's like a partially
sure
Hispanic eventually over time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm seeing kids that are a quarter or maybe half that look, super gringo.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
you can never assume.
Well, and the thing is, when they ask those demographics, they don't make it specific enough.
Mm-hmm.
So people are just like, yeah, I guess, I'm a quarter Hispanic. So,
right.
I've got to recognize that's the only thing I can really choose.
Right.
So
it's crazy.
Yeah. She's digging it. And, she got a crew and everything. Her crew looks like the United Nations. I love it because she came from, I had her up with her aunt up in Phoenix, and her aunt had her going to this poser Catholic school. This is what her aunt did with her kids, and they turned out great. They graduated high school, and one's serving in the Navy and the other is going to college. So I was like, yeah, this is great to get her on the same right page and academically and hopefully get her into college. But it wasn't her thing. It wasn't her bag.
Yeah.
But it was also like wearing uniforms and very whitewashed, so very sheltered.
Yeah.
And then of course, living in that world up there in that suburbanite and everything, you get caught up in like the politics or the rhetoric and everything, which her uncle did. And he got a little extreme and everything. And that stuff she absorbs to a certain extent. And she never really believed that. She's definitely my daughter.
Nice.
And so in this situation, we're like, yeah, let's go to this high school. And there's pros and cons. The pros is that it's so mixed. And another pro is this generation is not like my generation. It is not as divided as far as if you're Mexican and you're a cholo and you're gangster and things like that. These kids are so ambiguous across the board.
Exactly.
And race is just another one of their many identities that they
many
smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Right. And if anything, they don't even identify as their race. They identify as whatever, being fluid or whatever. So they're on a whole nother level that us adults we're not even comprehending.
The only
yet.
division they have is iPhone and Android.
Yeah.
Like that's class division. Right.
That's
there.
true. Yeah.
Just it.
Yeah. So seeing her, kind of chilling and have her crew and stuff, I'm super stoked on her.
That's cool.
Her crew. Yeah.
It's going to build that character,
Absolutely.
That's what matters.
That's how you learn about people.
Right.
All
Right.
right. Yeah. All right. So we're wrapping things up. Oh, that's going to do it right now for Beef Vegan Presents. It's all the time we have this morning. Woo! I No, I had a good time with Rico. You're going to hear from Rico again. I promise you that. And thank you for coming in. We learned a lot today.
We did.
We learned the new dating term, roaching. All right.
Yep.
And then we also came up with a term called beach peaching.
Beach peaching.
And that's when you're a Georgia peach, get caught, diddling yourself on the beach. You're beach peaching.
But only for 20 minutes. No more than that.
No, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yes.
Sorry, 20 seconds.
Yeah. So, if we're going to do a takeaway from what we learned today, if you're going to diddle yourself in public as a hot woman, 20 seconds is still too long.
Yeah.
You got to get the job done in 10 if you want to get away with it. And I guess that's my beef tip for you today.
That's a beef tip.
Yes. That's all the time we have for today. Don't forget, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., we're going to give away another pair of tickets for Black Label Society. Plus, I'll have a full house of friends hanging out as well. And don't forget to send your F My Life to beefvegan at KFMA.com, the subject line FML, and hit up our YouTube page. Just search Beef Vegan Presents. Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later, guys.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.